Most people imagine a cook's life begins with talent, inspiration, and beautifully plated food. In reality, it often begins in a cramped kitchen, wearing borrowed whites, trying not to fall behind during a rush. Your first shift starts before the dining room opens. You are shown where everything lives, introduced to a team whose names you immediately forget, and handed a pile of vegetables that seems to refill itself. At first, your job is simple: wash, peel, chop, and clean. But even simple work has standards, and every uneven cut reminds you that speed means nothing without consistency. You learn that kitchens have their own language. Orders are called, warnings are shouted, and short replies like, "Yes, chef," become part of the rhythm that keeps everyone moving. Then service begins, and the calm preparation room turns into controlled chaos. Pans hiss, timers sound, printers spit out tickets, and every person suddenly moves with purpose. Your first real mistake arrives quickly. You burn a sauce, send a garnish to the wrong station, and feel the heat of everyone waiting for you to fix it. There's no time to panic for long. You scrape out the pan, start again, and discover one of the first rules of kitchen life: recover fast, then keep moving. The hours are longer than you expected. While customers enjoy an evening meal, you are standing under hot lights, sweating through your uniform and checking the clock only when you should not. Breaks are short and rarely peaceful. You eat quickly beside stacked boxes, drink water from a plastic cup, and listen for someone calling you back early. Over time, your hands become faster. Chopping becomes instinctive, your station stays cleaner, and you begin to notice problems before someone else points them out. You also learn that preparation decides whether service survives. A missing sauce or badly organized fridge can cause more damage than a difficult customer ever sees. The kitchen team becomes a strange second family. You argue over small things, cover each other during disasters, and share jokes that only make sense after midnight. But the pressure can expose the worst in people too. A senior cook snaps at you during a rush, and you must decide whether to take the criticism personally or use it to improve. Some nights, everything goes right. Plates leave on time, the team communicates perfectly, and for a few minutes, the whole kitchen feels like one machine. Other nights, everything collapses at once. A delivery is late, a fridge stops cooling, and a large table orders just as the kitchen is already buried. You learn to solve problems with whatever is available. Menus are adjusted, ingredients are substituted, and the team quietly protects the dining room from the chaos behind the doors. Food safety becomes more than a rule in a training manual. You check temperatures, prevent cross-contamination, label everything correctly, and understand that one careless shortcut can make someone seriously ill. You also begin to understand allergies as a serious responsibility. When a ticket is marked clearly, the entire station is cleaned, ingredients are checked, and nothing is left to chance. Not every customer appreciates the work. A nearly empty plate may return with a complaint, and you have to remake it without seeing the person whose evening you are trying to rescue. Praise usually arrives more quietly. A server tells you a guest loved the meal, and that brief sentence can carry you through another exhausting hour. As your confidence grows, you are trusted with more difficult dishes. Timing several pans at once becomes a mental puzzle, and one delayed component can hold back an entire table. You start arriving earlier than required because you want your station to be ready. The extra effort is rarely noticed, but service feels different when you have prepared for the worst. The physical strain slowly becomes normal. Your feet ache, small burns cover your hands, and your back reminds you how many hours you have spent bending, lifting, and standing. Weekends and holidays become working days. While friends celebrate, you are preparing meals for other people's birthdays, anniversaries, and family gatherings. Relationships outside the kitchen can become difficult. You miss dinners, arrive home smelling of smoke and oil, and struggle to explain why a supposedly simple shift became 14 hours. Still, there are moments that make the sacrifice feel worthwhile. You create a dish from basic ingredients, taste it, and realize it is genuinely better than anything you could have made a year ago. A good senior cook begins to teach you the details that recipes leave out. You learn how food should feel, smell, and sound, not just how long it should stay in a pan. Eventually, a new starter joins the team and looks as lost as you once did. You show them how to organize their board, where to stand during service, and how to recover after a mistake. Teaching someone else reveals how much you have learned. It also shows you that patience is a skill, especially when the kitchen is busy and repeating yourself feels impossible. With more responsibility comes more pressure. You're asked to run a section, coordinate timings, and make sure every plate leaving your area meets the same standard. Now your mistakes affect more than your own station. If you lose control, the whole service slows down, and the team looks to you for calm even when you do not feel calm. Stock control becomes part of the job too. You count ingredients, reduce waste, plan around deliveries, and learn that a profitable kitchen depends on discipline as much as creativity. You begin contributing ideas to the menu. Some are rejected immediately, while others survive testing and eventually appear on a plate ordered by a real customer. Seeing your dish leave the pass is both exciting and terrifying. You watch the dining room door, wondering whether the person eating it will understand what went into creating it. Success brings new expectations. Once people know you can handle pressure, they rely on you during the hardest shifts and assume you will always find a solution. There may come a night when someone is injured or suddenly unable to continue. You step into their position, finish the service, and only process the stress after the kitchen is finally quiet. The job can change the way you experience food. You stop seeing a meal as one object and start seeing timing, temperature, labor, cost, and dozens of decisions hidden inside it. You also start recognizing waste everywhere. Every over-trimmed vegetable, spoiled container, and returned plate represents money, effort, and resources that cannot be recovered. After years in kitchens, you may become the person setting the tone. You can repeat the anger you once received, or build a station where high standards do not require humiliation. A strong cook learns that leadership is not just giving orders. It is noticing who is overwhelmed, stepping in without being asked, and protecting the quality of the food without destroying the people making it. There are still nights when doubt returns, a dish fails, a review is harsh, or a younger cook seems naturally faster, and you wonder whether you have chosen the wrong life. Then service starts again the next day. You tie your apron, sharpen your knife, and return to the station because improvement in a kitchen is built through repetition, not certainty. Years later, your hands carry the marks of the work. The burns fade, the movements become precise, and the pressure that once overwhelmed you becomes something you know how to manage. Most diners will never know your name. They will remember a meal, a celebration, or the comfort of being fed, while the person who made it remains behind a closed kitchen door. That is the reality of life as a cook. Long hours, relentless pressure, physical sacrifice, and constant learning. But hidden inside the heat is the quiet satisfaction of turning ordinary ingredients into a moment someone else may remember.